Hello students. Today we will going to discuss about the continuing part of the first chapter, that is electric charges and field. Now we will see the electric field intensity due to the point charge. That means we will going to derive the expression for electric field intensity due to a point charge. Now I already define you the electric field intensity, right? ಸೊ ನೀವಿವಾಗ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ ಅಂದರೆ ಏನು, ಅದು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಆ್ಯಂಡ್ ಅದನ್ನು ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಸೊ ಅದ್ರ SI ಯೂನಿಟ್ ಏನು, ಅದ್ರ ಡೈಮೆನ್ಷನಲ್ ಫಾರ್ಮುಲಾ ಏನು, ಎಲ್ಲದನ್ನು ನಾವು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿದ್ವಿ, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ನಿಮಗೆ ಅದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಒಂದು ಐಡಿಯಾ ಸಿಕ್ಕಿದೆ. ಸೊ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಸಿಟಿದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ನ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ದ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಡಿರೈವ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಆರ್ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ನಾವು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ಬೋದು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಸಿಟಿನ ಅಂತ ನಾವು ಇವತ್ತಿನ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡೋಣ. So let us suppose we have a point charge here. Point charge means it is a very small charge. That means you can also say that test charge, right? So let us suppose we have a point charge here, Q naught. I'll represent there now in the diagram. You just observe that Q naught is the test charge and the source charge, that is capital Q, placed at the origin. So here I have a axis like x-axis, y-axis and the z-axis. In that I place the source charge in the origin and test charge is just far away from some distance. Okay, so we have calculated the electric field intensity at the test charge, say point P. ಸೊ ಆ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಎಲ್ಲಿದೆ, ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ P ಅನ್ನೋ ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇದೆ ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ಅ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್. ಈ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇಂದ ನಾವೇನ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು, ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಅಮೌಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಅಂತದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ನಾವು ವೈ ಡು ವಿ ಬೇಸಿಕಲಿ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಅ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್, ಯಾಕೆ ನಾವಿಲ್ಲಿ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ನ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ? Yes, we basically imagine a test charge at the point where we want to calculate the electric field intensity due to the source charge. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಇಂಟೆನ್ಸಿಟಿ ಇದೆ ಅನ್ನೋ ಅಂಥದನ್ನ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡೋಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಏನು ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ, ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ನ ನಾವು ಇಲ್ಲಿ ರೀಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಳ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ here we want to calculate the electric field intensity, right, at the some point P. So at some point P ಅಲ್ಲಿ electric field intensity ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು ಡ್ಯೂ ಟು ದ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇಂದ ಬರೋ ಅಂತ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್. ಸೊ ಆರ್ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೋರ್ಸ್ ಎಷ್ಟು ಬರ್ತಾ ಇದೆ ಆ ರೀಜನ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ at some point P ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಎಲೆಕ್ಟ್ರಿಕ್ ಫೀಲ್ಡ್ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಅನ್ನೋಂಥದ್ದು ನಾವು ಕ್ಯಾಲ್ಕುಲೇಟ್ ಮಾಡಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ವಿ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಇಮ್ಯಾಜಿನ್ ದಟ್ ದೇರ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ Q naught at the point P, and so let us suppose R is the position vector. So here R represents the position vector which represents the position of the point P or the charge Q naught. So position vector ಏನನ್ನ represent ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ, it represents the position of point P or the charge Q naught na represent ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. So now how do we define the position of the test charge, that is Q naught? Q naught na ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ define ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? Let us see. Now we have to calculate the electric field intensity at the test charge, say point P, due to the source charge, right? So we know that we have to define the test charge Q naught, right? We know that Q naught is equal to the P into x-axis, y-axis and z-axis, that is represented as Q naught is equal to P of x, y, z. That is how we define the test charge at point P in the coordinates x, y and z. So I hope you will understood how do we define the Q naught. Q naught is defined as it is at the point P in the coordinate x, y, z, right? So therefore Q naught is equals to P of x, y and z. Now how do we define the position vector of point P? So ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ ನಾವು position vector, that is R ಅನ್ನ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಡಿಫೈನ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ? R is equals to x into I cap plus y into j cap plus z into k cap. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ರೀತಿ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂಸ್ ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಲ್ವಾ. ಸೊ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇದೆ ಅಂಡ್ ವೈ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇದೆ ಅಂಡ್ ಝೆಡ್ ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಇದೆ ಅಂತ ಅನ್ನೋದನ್ನ ನಾವು ಪೊಸಿಷನ್ ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ನ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ದ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆರ್ ಈಸ್, ಸೊ ನಾನು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸಲ್ಲಿ ನಿಮಗೆ ಹೇಳ್ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದೆ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ನ ಯಾವ ರೀತಿ ಫೈಂಡ್ ಔಟ್ ಮಾಡೋದು ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ದ ಮ್ಯಾಗ್ನಿಟ್ಯೂಡ್ ಆಫ್ ದಿಸ್ ಆರ್ is equals to square root of x square plus y square plus z square, or ನಿಮಗೆ just its square root ಬೇಡ. in order to remove this square root we have to put the 1/2 on the top of this x square plus y square plus z square, right? So r is equals to x square plus y square plus z square whole power 1/2. that is whole power 1/2. it is not multiplied by 1/2. so please be aware of this. it is whole power 1/2. okay, so now what would be the force experienced by the test charge? so hagadre force experienced by the test charge, that is q naught at p enagirutte, let us see. that is the force experienced by q naught is, according to Coulomb's law we know that how do we define the force? that is force is equals to some is directly proportional to the static charges and inversely proportional to the square of the distance alva. so Coulomb's law. so ಅದೇ F is equals to, ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೇನಿದೆ ಒಂದು ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇದೆ, ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಟೆಸ್ಟ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಇದೆ, ರೈಟ್? ಸೊ ಐ ವಿಲ್ ರೆಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ ದ ಸೋರ್ಸ್ ಚಾರ್ಜ್ ಆಸ್ ಕ್ಯಾಪಿಟಲ್ Q and test charge as Q naught. so F is equal to K of, K is 1/4 pi epsilon naught. instead of K you can write 1/4 pi epsilon naught, and F is equals to K into capital Q small q naught divided by r square into a r cap. what is this r cap? r cap is the unit vector denotes the direction of the force. it denotes the direction of the force. so namigilli f ಅನ್ನುವಂಥದ್ದು ವೆಕ್ಟರ್ ಕ್ವಾಂಟಿಟಿ, ಅದರಿಂದ ನಮಗೆ it is having both magnitude as well as the direction, right? so this r cap denotes the direction of the force. okay, then just call it as the equation 1, and this equation 1 can be written as E is equal to, that is vector E is equal to, that is electric field. electric field is defined as force per test charge, force per unit test charge, right? so that is force divided by Q naught, which is equals to, just substitute the force in this equation. force ಏನಿದೆ ನಮಗೆ K into capital Q divided by Q naught divided by r square into r cap ಇದೆ. so just substitute ಮಾಡಿ, ಅಲ್ಲಿ Q naught get cancel and remaining will be K into capital Q divided by r square into r cap, right? so we know that r cap is the unit vector and it is represented as vector r divided by magnitude of r, right? so this electric field will becomes, just substitute r cap value. r cap value ಏನಿದೆ vector r divided by r ಇದೆ. so this capital E, that is electric field, is become K into capital Q divided by r cube, magnitude of r cube into r, vector r. just call it this equation as equation number 2. now this is the expression, that is equation 2 is the expression in general for electric field. now we can resolve it into a components, that is along x-axis, y-axis and z-axis. now we can define the electric field along x-axis and y-axis and z-axis. so the equation 2 is the expression for general for electric field, general equation for the electric field. so what is the expression for general electric field? that is capital E is equals to K into Q divided by r cube into vector r. so now this electric field is resolved into a components, that is along x-axis and along y-axis and along z-axis. okay, so now let us see what is the electric field along x-axis. along x-axis is represented as Ex is equal to K into Q into along x-axis. so I put x I cap divided by, how do we represent the magnitude of r cube ಇದೆ ಅಲ್ವಾ? ಸೊ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, ಸೊ ಇಂದಿನ equation 2 ಅಲ್ಲಿ r cube ಇದೆ, ನಮಗೆ r ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತು? ನೀವು ಲಾಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ರೀವಿಯಸ್ ಸ್ಲೈಡಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡ್ಬೋದು ಆರ್ ಕ್ಯೂಬ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆರ್ ಆರ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಏನಾಗಿತ್ತು ರೂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ವೈ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಝೆಡ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಇತ್ತು. ಆರ್ ಏನಂತ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದೆ ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ವೈ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಝೆಡ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಹೋಲ್ ಪವರ್ 1/2 ಅಂತ ಬರ್ದಿದ್ದೆ. ಸೊ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಮಗೆ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಸಬ್ಸ್ಟಿಟ್ಯೂಟ್ ದ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂ ಆಫ್ ಆರ್. ಸೊ ಇಯರ್ ನಮಗೆ ಆರ್ ಕ್ಯೂಬ್ ಇದೆ. ಸೊ ಆರ್ ವ್ಯಾಲ್ಯೂನು ಎಕ್ಸ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ವೈ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್ ಪ್ಲಸ್ ಝೆಡ್ ಸ್ಕ್ವೇರ್, ಕ್ಯೂಬ್ ಇರೋದ್ರಿಂದ 3/2. ಸೊ just you put the bracket close here. Then electric field along the y-axis is k into q into I cap into x divided by x square plus y square plus z square whole power 3/2. Similarly, electric field along the z-axis will be k into q into z cap divided by x square plus y square plus z square whole power 3/2, right? I hope you will understood. Then, so these are the three components of the electric field. That means the net electric field due to the point charge can be resolved into. The net electric field ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಹಾಗಾದ್ರೆ, that is capital E is equal to EXI cap plus EYJ cap plus EZK cap. And they make an angle along their components like alpha, beta and gamma. Alpha, beta, gamma are the angles. So suppose ಈಗ electric field along x-axis ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, along x-axis this electric field makes an angle that is alpha, and this electric field along y-axis makes an angle called beta, and the electric field along z-axis makes an angle called gamma. So we can define them as that is cos alpha. Cos alpha is equal to, because cos ನ ಯಾಕೆ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ನಾವು, cos is adjacent by hypotenuse, right? ಸೊ ನಾವು ಒಂದು ಆಕ್ಸಿಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ angles ನ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ಅಂತ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನಮಗೆ adjacent ಮತ್ತೆ hypotenuse ಬರೋದು. ವೆರಾಸ್ ನಮಗೆ ಟ್ರಯಾಂಗಲ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ತಗೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ ಅಂತಂದ್ರೆ opposite by hypotenuse ಬರುತ್ತೆ. So that we can write it as sin alpha, right? So here ನಾವು axis ಅಲ್ಲಿ angle ತಗೊಳ್ತಾ ಇದೀವಿ, so opposite adjacent by hypotenuse ಬರುತ್ತೆ. That is cos alpha is equal to Ex divided by magnitude of E. We can define it as cos alpha is equals to Ex divided by magnitude of E, that is electric field along x-axis divided by magnitude of E, and cos beta is equals to Ey divided by magnitude of E, that is electric field along y-axis, and cos gamma is equal to Ez divided by magnitude of E, that is gamma is along the z-axis. I hope you will all understood how to derive the expression for the point charge, expression for the electric field intensity placed at the point charge. Now, when we find out the mathematical expression for electric field here, right? So I hope you will understood how to derive the electric field intensity placed in the point charge. Thank you.